what he was able to do tonight. What could you say about it?
That was a really good version of Louis we saw tonight. And strikes, that stuff was really good. I thought tonight the changeup, especially to the lefties, but the slider, that's the best slider execution we've seen from him. It's a really good lineup, and for him to get through it 6 innings unscathed, that was really impressive.
Just talked about knowing where to set up with the ball. You talked about how much the ball moves, and as a former catcher, how difficult is that? But a part of the job to kind of know with the pitcher where to set up.
Yeah, I think what goes unnoticed and not a lot of people talk about is the fact that our catchers are setting up for where we want the pitch, and a lot of times it's not there, and they're able to keep it in the strike zone. We talk a lot about pitch framing, balls into strikes, but our catchers keep strikes, and that's really what we're about. And Bo and Hedgie both work really well with our pitchers, and particularly Bo tonight with Louis. They were hand in hand all night.
Second inning, talking before the game, but just letting the pressure out. Just how good did it feel to see the guys passing the time?
Yeah, it was great. I think that's a vintage us inning. You get a hit, get things going, and then you just keep piling on. We took some walks tonight. Exactly what we talked about to get the offense going. We just got to get back to playing winning baseball. Obviously left a run out there in the first. We left some other guys out there, but we were able to execute and pile on there in the second, and pitchers took it from there.
Any thoughts about leaving Ortiz in there, going one more inning with him?
Yeah, there were some thoughts, but at the same time, his stuff was starting to look a little bit like it wasn't as sharp. And when you go 6 innings complete like that, and you're limited pitch count, and our bullpen's fresh, it's time to go to him. So he did his job tonight.
900 ribbies for Jose. I know we ask you about this like every week. It seems like he does something historic every week, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, when he's been this good for this long, we're going to continue to talk about the accolades until he's done playing. But 900 RBI is a ton. A lot of people that make it to the big leagues don't even get 900 plate appearances, let alone 900 RBI. So Jose just continues to lead us, continues to play baseball the right way, and that's a special. Anytime you get to a round number like that, it's pretty cool.
We got to 900 singles, I believe, too. But I got to ask you something else. Chris brought this up on air. You've played here. First inning we saw him, he looked like he took 2 swings that didn't look like Jose. Chris made a good point of saying like there's a glare sometimes coming out from center field, and then he goes out and gets 3 hits. Like, what does that say about how hard it is to hit somebody?
Yeah, I mean, when there's a metal hitter's eye like that, you're going to get some glare, but both teams have it. So, but yeah, Jose did not look like himself in that first at bat, but he just takes it from there and turns into Jose.
Do you talk to them about playing team baseball? Was that an emphasis on this trip that it wasn't, offensively especially, didn't seem like it was happening until tonight?
These guys know who we are. We're always one game away. They talk all the time with themselves. It doesn't take me going in there. It's their team. They know who we need to get back to B2. So for me, it's about them, and we played our brand of baseball tonight.
What helped lock you in early to get you on the pace? You struck out the side. Just what was working early that made you know you had to?
¿Qué es lo que te permitió estar enfocado en un principio, que te permitió sacar, ponchar completamente el primer inning?
No, agresivo el primer inning del tiempo, confiando en mí también. Yo dije que tenía que seguir atacando, pase lo que pase, no importa, como siempre lo he hecho, y eso fue lo que me mantuvo ahí.
I think I was being aggressive from the get-go, and I have a lot of confidence in myself, so trying to put that confidence and aggressiveness from the get-go.
As you're growing into a starter, what's helping you become the pitcher that we're seeing, that you can go out and dominate a really good lineup?
O sea, ¿qué es eso que te ha llegado a desarrollarte como ese abridor que está haciendo que puede fácilmente salir y dominar un line-up como el que dominaste hoy?
El trabajo, seguir trabajando duro cada día para llevarlos al juego, ¿me entiendes? Trabajo mucho en los bullpenes y como siempre le he dicho, confío en mí. Si no tengo confianza en mí, no pasa nada bueno.
I think it's just the work that you put between the outings, what we do in the bullpen, and most importantly, the confidence. If you don't have that confidence rolling, it's really hard to pitch.
That changeup, to have a changeup that's working that well with your fastball, how do you know when to use it the right way?
¿Cómo sabes cuándo usar ese cambio tan bueno que estás lanzando y poderlo lanzar en los buenos momentos como lo estás lanzando ahora?
Bueno, yo desde que lo tiré desde el principio y sé que está bueno, yo voy a seguir atacando con él, ¿me entiendes? Y eso yo lo trabajé bastante para llevarlo hacia aquí. Me costó mucho trabajar, lo tengo que sacarle provecho.
It's all about the feel of the day, how you're feeling that day, and I've been working a lot on it, and obviously when it's working, you're going to use it as much as you can.
What was the difference today, Luis, with your control, 2 hits, no walks, 10 strikeouts, as opposed to the last, few starts where, you've been walking a lot of people, giving up a lot of hits?
¿Cómo trabajaste control esa salida que pudiste dominar de esa manera que solamente 2 hits sin boletos y en las salidas anteriores tuviste un poquito de problemas con los boletos y con menos con ponches?
Lo mismo que dije anterior, trabajé mucho durante la semana, seguí trabajando en los bullpenes, ejecutando bien mi picheo y eso fue lo que lleva el juego hoy.
Similar to what I said previously, just all the work. We worked really hard this between outings and the bullpen, tried to work on execution and command, and I was able to command my pitches today.
How much do you feel you've grown since like spring training when you first started working with this staff on everything?
¿Qué tanto piensas que has crecido durante este año como pitcher desde que empezaste a trabajar con ese staff de picheo?
Ha avanzado bastante realmente. Al principio tuve una cuanta mala salida ya en el sprint training, ¿me entiendes? Cosa que es muy diferente, cambio de hora y todo. Pero yo nunca me detuve, yo seguí trabajando a lo que ellos me dijeran. Siempre me llevé de ellos y hasta ahora me estoy llevando de ellos para sacarle provecho.
I think there's a lot of improvement. Obviously, the first outing were a little rocky in sprint training, but adjusting to a new place, new area. But from then, I feel like I've relied a lot on them and the work that we're doing, and we're seeing the results now.